Thank you for joining us on Your Opinion today. Our topic is centered on the woman who set her spouse ablaze recently. If you would like to have more videos from us, our daily videos, kindly click and share. And please also subscribe. If you have any comments, the comment section is also open. You can drop your suggestion and comments. Thank you once again. Our discussion is centered, like I said earlier, on the woman who committed arson. She actually set her husband ablaze. And with me in this discussion today is
Amarachi Adekunle.
Moses Uga.
right. This has been in the waves. We heard, according to the news, that a Nigerian man based in Cairo, Egypt, returned to Nigeria to meet his wife, whom he had been engaged to for the past 3 months. There was fracas and something ensued. The woman, knowing the man was drunk, whether he made him drunk, according to the news, dosed the man with petrol, dosed the old house with petrol, and set it ablaze. While they were having the quarrel, the younger sister to the man had already gone to get neighbors to help them settle the quarrel. Unfortunately, before they arrived, the house was already ablaze. They tried for about 40 minutes to be able to rescue the husband out of the house. Took him to different hospital. It was already burnt up to 80% burnt. Then the question is, what could make a woman to go ahead and think about killing? What offense could be so much, could be so painful that a woman would think of killing her own husband? What could have happened? What could cause it?
It's serious.
Are we saying that the woman has been a murderer? Has she been a murderer all along? Or it just happened suddenly because something happened and she just decided that the best thing to do is just to kill him? What's your take on this? What do you think could cause this?
Well, what I feel would cause it is depression. Depression goes a long way. Depression can make someone do anything.
Okay.
When you're depressed, you can commit suicide, you can do anything, murder, name it. Depression goes a long way. It's something that if care is not taken, it's going to explode. And I feel that's what happened. She must have been holding these things for long, holding it, nurturing it inside of her for a long time. And we don't really know the case. Okay, we don't really know what caused it. So when it has been inside, nurturing, and there's nobody to turn to like talk to, free herself,
Yeah.
it will just explode. And maybe she thought that would be the only way to do it, killing her husband, setting the whole place ablaze. And it's very, very bad. But about depression, it goes a long way in this matter.
She actually complained of infidelity.
Okay.
And of course, I feel she has been enduring this.
A lot for a
It
long
was
time.
not. It's not just an occasion.
Okay.
She has been bottling a lot up,
Mm.
and it got to a point she felt that if this man begins to go out, a time will come that he will forget about her. Then where will she start from? How will she get another man?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, and this is what depression does. Depression makes you to to exaggerate the problem
Of course, yes.
beyond
Yeah.
the way it is. That's why you see people committing suicide. You
Yeah.
just come and say, okay, there is no hope again. There is no hope again. Let me just end this life. I don't have anybody loving me. I don't have anybody. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't have people in the family. Just
Yeah.
what's
It's
the
a
mind?
mindset.
The mindset.
The mind
what-
is tuned to exaggerate everything that is happening.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That this is an offshoot of depression,
Sure.
because the news has it that she complained of infidelity. And I think, yes, there is this aspect I forgot to mention. She had seen a transfer alert on the husband phone.
To someone else.
Yes, to
Yeah.
someone else. She had seen that and she assumed that the husband was transferring the money to a girlfriend or so. But in this case, what do you think is happening? Communication gap there. Most likely, the man has not been carrying her along in his activities. If that's coming, there is no breach in their communication. If it's this kind of couple who communicates, communication is not necessarily talking. You're not necessarily talking,
Yeah.
but you carry your partner along everything you do. Let them know. Let everything be clear to them,
Yeah.
so that they will be able to stand for you. Should there be any problem, they'll be able to stand for you. They will not have any suspicion about anything you are doing. So I think that is another thing there. Break in communication.
Yeah.
How would you just see a transfer on your husband's phone
And you just
and just conclude that he's having extramarital affairs
That
to
means
the extent of going to set him on fire? Yes,
that
please.
means there have been a lot of series of activities that the man has been carrying out that actually made the woman to lose trust. So there's a trust problem here. For her to just see a transfer alert and that actually that triggered anger to the extent of killing. I don't think that should be the first time. I am thinking it has been occurring. It's a reoccurring.
As in the
event.
man has been doing it. There are other
Yes,
things the
other
man has
things.
been doing.
Yeah.
The woman didn't just conclude like that.
Yes,
She has
because
been
if it's just
buckling
once,
up.
she couldn't have gone so angry to the extent of the only thought that could come to her mind at that point was to kill. That's a serious.
That's why I said something about depression. It
Yeah.
will just keep on
Yeah,
cooking, nurturing, staying inside, and one day it will just
just
explode.
burst.
And you think it's just something that happened now, but it has been.
Mm.
It has been there.
Yeah.
We need to look at the woman herself.
Mhm.
We need to look at the woman herself. People, most times, people who perpetrate these evils are usually innocent. They look innocent.
Very.
You
They
can't
look
even-
innocent. They don't
You
look
can't
like a
imagine
killer.
that they could do
But
such.
something has happened before
Yeah.
that led to this action. Most likely, she has been a victim of a certain vice,
Yeah.
rape, or let's say brutality, or let's say her mother too has experienced
Experience.
that kind of thing.
Even domestic
Most
violence.
likely, her mother is a single mother. Yes, domestic violence.
Yeah. Can
So
you-
all these things are cooked up in that kind of person, looking for an opportunity to explode. So by the time she is now pushed to the wall, all the pain, everything came up, and she wants the revenge. I want to say that what made her to do this is not just what happened now. Is accumulation of different horrible experiences. If you are not bitter, you cannot just become bitter. It's a build up.
Yeah.
Someone becomes bitter over a build up of offenses, a build up of a lot of things. Someone said, yes, the woman is not like that. Someone said the woman is not like that. The man just no.
How would you know?
There is no how I can just come up one day
Yes.
and
Start
decide to
taking
kill
off.
just because you can have dialogue. There are other women who have been through this and they didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Have a dialogue
Or even
and
worse.
everything is settled.
Even seek for advice.
And
Talk to someone that
do you
could
know
give them
why-
a positive
yes.
way of solving the problem rather than killing.
Do you know why I also don't feel that should be an issue? Our African setting
Yeah.
is polygamous in nature. Our African setting is polygamous in nature.
Yeah.
A man can have as many wives as he wishes to. So why should he go to the extent? If it were in the developed country where it's one man, one woman, I can say, okay, infidelity is a serious thing. But I don't think here it should be a serious thing. Because he was actually dating somebody before he met you. You also were dating someone. So you should know that he will have friends.
Yeah.
I'm not actually supporting infidelity, but then you should know he will have friends. There are friends you don't even know. So you should ask questions to know which is which and know your boundary. The fact that a man marries you doesn't mean that he shouldn't have friends.
Yeah.
He shouldn't
Of course,
relate.
Or even
Yes.
attend to other people's
Yes, you should.
problems. Or
There are
help
some women,
others.
their husband dare not help anybody. Some men are afraid to send money to anybody
Yes, so.
because of the woman. Yes, because of the woman. So I think there is a lot more to it, and I keep wondering, and I want us to actually look at the family of the husband now. The family of the husband. The family of the husband now. How will they feel at this moment? How would they feel at this moment? What do you think their thought about that woman will be? Because when they brought her, they certified.
Yeah.
Normally in Africa, if you want to marry, you bring the woman, you certify, hey, this one is a marriage material, this one is a this. So how do you think now the husband's family will feel about the woman now?
They'll feel disappointed, of course. They will we don't even know that our son has been marrying a beast.
How would we have known that we married a murderer?
That's just
She
it.
was looking gentle. She was looking like someone who cannot innocent, like
Yeah.
someone who cannot hurt a rat. So you can never know. You can never know what a person can turn to be if you don't really know their experience in life.
Yeah.
Yes, I think one of the things we need to look at before choosing spouse, we need to really understand their background.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
We need to understand their background. And if you understand your spouse's background, you know how they relate to issues. You know how they relate to issues in life. There's some women who have anger
Especially
issues.
their
We are just
emotional-
focusing. It doesn't mean that it doesn't affect men. We are focusing on women now because when we look at these crimes in the whole world, women do this most.
Yes.
Yes, in the US, all around the world, women do this most. Women do this most. Maybe they feel that's the only way they can fight.
Yeah.
That's the only way they can. That's the only way they can defend themselves.
It's very bad.
And a very bad
Very,
way.
very, very
So,
Taking one's life should not be an option. It should
honestly,
not
no
be
matter the offense.
a thought for somebody, for a human being, taking someone's life because of marriage issues. It's
A little misunderstanding that could just be.
Why should you take anybody's
resolved.
life? If the marriage cannot work
you
again,
just
You
leave.
just leave.
you opt for divorce,
Abi o.
separate or leave. Go your separate ways.
Actually,
It's not a do
Instead of
or it's not,
taking
it's not a do
someone-
or die.
affair.
It's not a do or die
Yes,
affair. It's not a do or die affair. And I
Yeah.
think young people or people in marriage should learn how to settle their differences. Don't act based on assumption. For me, the woman was only acting based on the
assumption.
news available to us.
Yeah.
The woman is acting based on assumption.
What she thought, which could have been wrong.
And if it had to be in a developed country, she would go for a brain screening.
Seriously.
Of course, yes.
Yes,
Seriously, because-
because that is irrational.
Mm.
That is irrational. First, you didn't see him lying on any woman. You didn't meet him. You didn't. There is no evidence that
To prove.
There is no
that
evidence
this man is.
that he is doing that.
Mm.
Yeah.
There is no evidence at all that is doing that. So it's just based on
You
assumption.
never can tell
You
whether there have been
and-
previous evidences that
And
these
she,
things are built up.
she planned this thing very well. You know, burning. You know, when the police should come
Burn.
and they will feel as if it was an accident. And she would like just go scot-free and say, "Oh, it was an accident."
Yes, if the sister-in-law had not been involved,
Yes, maybe that
most
was
murderers do that. They plan it. They take
Plan it, they
their
don't
time to
really-
plan it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm seeing that in that. I'm seeing that in the
So
new
that's why
light.
it was fire.
thinking it would have been covered, but
That's why it was fire. If it was
If
stabbed
that
or poisoned,
woman, where she made a mistake was that third party was already involved. If that one wasn't involved, we would have felt it just an accident,
accident.
Yeah.
not knowing that this is arson. Purely planned murder. Now
course.
that the man is dead, she will now start to feel regret because I learned that she has committed suicide or something. I don't know, but she's still at large. I need to get more updates on that story to know if really she has committed suicide because the news has it that she's at large. They're looking for her because she actually escaped. She knew what she did. Well, most things, something that happen after every murder is they come back to themselves.
yes,
Yes.
The bad
It must have
feeling.
been triggered by anger or whatever
Excessive anger, yeah.
psychological problem
Right.
it is. But immediately they commit that murder, there is always a feeling of regret
Yeah, sure.
over it. Even though that person is going to repeat it again, there's always a feeling of regret. So how do you think she'll be feeling right now?
Ah.
Her mind will start going back to the things she shouldn't have done, how she would have
Regrets.
done, how she would have done, how she shouldn't have done it.
And this is a simple.
And do you know
Problem
that
that
this
could
is
have been
not
resolved.
only in Nigeria? This is not only in Nigeria. It's not just about women, but women are more involved. If you look at the statistics of men to women, I think women are more involved because women are the receiving side. They are emotional beings.
Yeah.
Yes, they are emotional beings. They keep piling up emotions. Do you know ordinarily that a man did not give his wife attention is an issue on his
Serious
own?
problem.
For most women, yes. For most women. It happens not just only to men, it always happens to women as well. In the year 2020, we heard of a Nigerian man in the US who set his wife ablaze or killed her. Is it set ablaze? Or yes, killed her.
Killed.
Yes, killed her, called the police and committed suicide.
suicide as well.
Committed
So
suicide.
what's now the benefits? Since after doing it, they'll still end up. I think this. I think there's a mental disorder here. I think these people that commit this type of atrocity, like killing, maybe they should be checked. If on a normal ground, I don't see the reason why a normal human being will feel, so angry to the extent of taking a life. Maybe it's a psychological.
Okay, let me
problem.
ask you this. Have you ever gotten angry? Do you have any younger one?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten angry that you beat?
Yes, those days.
Not-
But not to the extent of killing.
You
Taking
won't.
a
You
life.
won't kill.
won't
That
know
means
when-
that is another.
That's
That's another level of
Yeah.
aggression. In as much as you were angry and
Yeah.
you reacted.
Anger is normal. Everybody can get angry at any time.
No, you're not getting it. The moment you're angry
Okay.
and you react with that anger,
Mm.
at that split moment, you don't know what you're doing anymore. Except you don't. There are some people that are okay. They are more dominant, and the person you're angry at is like a recessive one. You can overpower the person and by accident. Most of all these things is by accident. You don't know. Okay, as you're beating the child or you're beating your brother or sister, you just by mistakenly hit her and she fell and hit her head on the floor and died.
But
What would you say? You've committed murder. That's just it.
I still think that any matured human being, as any matured man or woman, should be able to have a way of controlling anger to a certain extent. that's part of maturity. Yes, we shouldn't be so
So do we
angry.
say now she wasn't mature before
I
entering into that
I think
relationship?
so. I think so.
She wasn't
Immaturity.
emotionally mature
Yes.
to know the things that are expected in marriage,
Yes.
knowing that African men will always cheat.
Okay, for instance, like my younger one that you're talking about, assuming I maybe those days I could remember when they offend me, I tend to beat, but it will get to a point. It will get to a point where I feel like even I will be beaten at a point. It will be I will feel like I think I've done this enough. Sometimes you even see some of the mark of the cane on the body of the. You feel at that point you feel like even if the child have cried for a long time, I feel like I've really dealt with this child. Let me leave him or her at this point. Yes.
There are times you beat a child and you start feeling remorse.
Yeah, you feel like even when you overbeat, when you overreact.
That's why.
So we should grow up. We should just try to
Sorry. That's for a
have a
child.
way of controlling.
Sorry. That's for a child. Okay. You're getting angry at a child. You know it's a child. Your mindset, your mental, everything about you knows that this is a child. There's a way you beat a child. Imagine when two adults are fighting. It's just as if two lions are fighting. They don't fight to beat, to correct you or to correct anybody. They are fighting to be dominant.
Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest. So that's how it is as an adult. You don't beat to correct. You beat to be dominant. And in that process, anything happens. So
That's too
you
bad.
cannot be comparing it to when you're beating a child. And in this case, the woman didn't sit down to think her action. She just burst out and set the house and the husband ablaze. That is very, very, very wrong.
That's why we need to be thoughtful before taking actions, and we need to think the outcome after doing this. Where will it lead me to? Now, if I'm not mistaken, her life is at risk. That's if she have not even committed suicide, as we are trying to find out.
Yeah.
So then, what's now the benefit?
I'm still thinking of something that will have triggered her murdering her husband.
Yeah,
Domestic violence.
Mm.
Domestic violence, because if the man has been fair with her,
Yeah.
I don't know why she would
Yes.
want to go to that extent.
Yeah.
There are other ways of killing.
Mm.
Poisoning is there,
Yeah.
but to be able to, he wants him to suffer.
Yeah.
He wants him to suffer, not just kill him. She wanted him to suffer. You know what it means, dying by fire.
the pain.
So if you
Gradual.
look at this, yes,
Gradual death.
most likely
Ah.
has been maltreating the woman, and she really wants to execute a full-fledged revenge on
Sorry.
the man.
I wouldn't say so. You just say they're engaged. They're not really married.
Engage and marriage.
What I can bring up from there is that it's emotions. First, you said infertility, and she also saw a transfer. So
Infidelity.
infidelity, and she also saw a transfer made to another person. So I feel she's feeling insecure
Yeah.
and thinking the man is already cheating
Mm.
based on what's happening to her, the infidelity problem. Maybe he's already cheating and going out with other girls, and in order to retaliate and take revenge. That's it.
I also think jealousy must have triggered this also. Women can be so jealous, especially finding out that the husband is
Cheating.
either cheating or giving, trying to render help without their knowledge. It does. I'm a married woman. I know how it feels when I get to find out that my husband did something
Without your consent.
without my consent, without I knowing.
But do you know
If I later
that
find out, I feel bad. I might not overreact, but I feel like if there is any help we are to render to anyone, I should be aware of it.
Okay.
We are together, we are one. So and she talked about bridge in communication earlier. I think that must have also triggered this. So is I jealousy, and that could have um, brought about that bridge in communication must have brought about the action the man took that triggered the lady's jealousy.
I don't want you to leave that issue of jealousy.
Yeah.
We talk about jealousy. Both men and women
Yeah.
are jealous. But do you know that the jealousy of men
More than
is
women.
fiercer than that of women? Do you know if a man meets, even a man who has 10 concubines outside, he meets a woman, his own wife, a man in his home, a man in his home, knowing that he's been having
An affair with the
an
man.
affair with the woman, what do you think the reaction of the man would
Ah.
be? The man can kill right
At
there.
that moment.
Yes, at that moment, the man is ready to kill. For that moment, he may regret it later. But the first
that
thing
moment, that's
that
it.
comes to him is to eliminate. That. So
Declare.
when we talk about jealousy, it's not only about
Yeah,
the woman. Yet that of men is even fiercer. The jealousy of the men is fiercer than that of the women. So both are jealous.
Yeah.
Those are jealous. Women curtail theirs
No matter what.
and bottle it up until they explode.
Maybe that's why
But
it's
for a man,
landed
immediately
to this.
he will execute that judgment immediately,
And that's why.
because that is like playing down his ego, and a man never plays. Men don't play with anything that plays down on their ego. They don't.
And then women are so emotional that even the little actions of the man affects them, but they tend to, keep enduring, hoping, and trying to make things, hoping it will be well, trying to fix things, trying to make it work. Maybe this woman has actually been trying to make the marriage work, but it wasn't working. At a point, maybe a sense of hopelessness came in, and this must have brought about doing that. It's an emotional problem actually.
Before anybody gets into a relationship, there are usually red flags that they don't take note of. If you are getting along with somebody and you discover this is someone who easily gets
Angry, yeah.
who easily gets angry, you have to really watch them,
Sure.
because a time will come that anger will get out of hand. People don't actually change; they improve on what is inside of them. So these are red flags that people don't notice on both parties.
Yeah.
The woman most likely have been somebody maybe close up to herself who don't open up. Then the man himself from time has been somebody who is always around women. But
Yeah.
maybe because love, as they say, has blindfolded them, then nobody is able to see these red flags. They just keep moving with their
Thinking they
emotions.
could cope.
So by the time they now get married, now they discover that they are not. They now discover
not
that they are
working.
not compatible. So anger comes in. Everything this one does, you're always getting angry. Everything this one does, you're always getting angry. And it continues like that until one day. Until one day, everything explodes.
But just the best still remains. Once you are so aggrieved to that extent, it's better you even pack your bag and leave.
Better.
It's better. That's the solution. That would have been a better decision, a better solution to this problem than taking a life you didn't give. You didn't know how it came about. I mean, it's inhuman. So it's a serious issue.
Before anybody gets into any relationship, you need to screen their background and watch out for red flags.
Yeah.
And for women, I feel that you don't just assume. Women assume a lot.
Yes,
A man is not coming on time, you assume he's seeing another woman.
Sure.
He's not picking your call, you feel is is with another woman, this shouldn't be. Learn to ask questions. And sometimes you just learn to take your mind off some things and just be neutral.
Yeah.
Don't think about
Act as if it
anything.
doesn't. You didn't see it.
Yes, yes. Just ignore some things to have your peace, because things are not always the way you think they are.
Yeah.
Things do not always appear the way you think they are. So you are, as a woman, to some extent, you have to learn to ignore certain things. You don't take everything seriously, knowing that they also will not intentionally hurt you. Most likely, where he was brought up, he as a man, he just does things on his own. Have you ever taken your time? That thing you feel your husband is going to hurt you. Have you ever taken your time to actually sit him down? Okay, let's discuss. This is what I feel about what you do. This is what, and hear what he says. Then you will now get to know if he's been intentional about what he's doing, or if he really wants to hurt you, or he's just doing it. So, and I believe that is not intentional. If a man wants to help, he wants to help somebody, he just feel it. After all, it's help.
It's a help. Yeah.
After all, it's help.
Yeah.
And the way we react most times depends on our exposure,
Sure.
our exposure, and our upbringing.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually want to also add this, which women that have gotten so depressed, maybe as a result of accumulated ill treatment, they should also try to look for a way to socialize. You know, when you are alone, locked up with your problem, they say a problem shared is half solved. So they should also learn to, mingle with people. If maybe
Okay.
go to church,
All right.
or if they don't go to church or mosque, you
Okay.
understand, like, or even go to parties, meet friends. Try to socialize. It can also it has a way of relieving excesses,
Okay.
loads.
Okay.
So if you check this woman now, this woman would have been so locked up in herself, ruminating over the problem and the challenges in her marriage. That could have been what brought
Okay.
about this,
Yeah.
and then they said when you are so engrossed like that in your thoughts, devil can, take advantage of it. Start bringing bad thoughts. Why not do this? You start thinking revenge.
It's like we always blame the devil.
Yes,
Devil.
so
So this is
we
just
actually
you and
give
your
devil the
psychology.
room.
This is actually you,
You
and your psychology.
yes.
We blame devil a lot for a lot of things. It's devil. No, this is about yourselves and the action you take.
Yeah.
Of course, you expect a consequence for every
Yeah.
action you take. You are
Yeah.
responsible for your
And
action.
you know that devil cannot also take advantage of your thoughts if you don't allow him. If you don't give room for it. That's why I say maybe the woman wasn't a sociable type, like she don't go out, she don't, talk with friends and all that.
So actually, you guys have said it all. But I feel the solution to this is the lady and the husband should be a plain sheet. That's just
Okay.
it. They should just be a plain sheet that they can see through. See through her, see through him. If they both are plain, there won't be any issues. Okay? You won't be afraid or be feeling insecure if your husband was assisting somebody else. You don't expect me now, okay, I want to assist somebody, I want to assist my sister, or I want to assist somebody
At least
outside.
you should let your wife know.
Taking, no, that's not letting your wife know. Like, it's as if you're taking permission from your wife. But I don't want to go into that. Let's just leave
Of
it
course,
here.
of course,
Let's just leave it here.
yes, of course, men have to do that. Yes, because in marriage, they say once you're married, you're one. So you're supposed to plan together. Everything you're doing shouldn't be in the absence of the other. If you're hiding some things from your wife, that means you are not faithful.
It's not.
So even to the extent of money, yeah, giving, helping,
It's
it's
not.
part of it.
Are you telling me that before I give my tithe, I should let you know? What if I was making a transfer?
At least I'm aware that you pay tithes. I know your income.
So that's
And I know
why
the amount of tithes you're paying. If you are to be my husband, I know. So
But
do you understand?
You know that as a woman, you can't know everything. Know everything. Don't seek to know everything.
But women seek to
some
know.
some women feel that they have to check his phone,
You
check.
see,
Because
You don't have business with that.
Because if actually-
there are some things you will see there that you will misinterpret. Is a pass. We should have these boundaries. There should be boundaries because according to the news now, it says she saw a transfer on his phone.
And he should
What are
have
you
asked.
doing with his phone?
what
She
was
would
the
have
transfer
asked.
for? She didn't ask.
That's the problem.
That's number one. That's why I said being a plain sheet.
That's the problem.
She didn't ask what was the transfer for.
But I can't blame her for getting angry that she saw a transfer that she wasn't aware of. She didn't know anything about it. So
See,
Why couldn't she ask?
You
that's
see,
it. I blame her for not asking.
At least
But
ask.
for her to be
But-
angry, I can't say that she's
But
wrong
I say,
by being angry.
but I
Yeah.
still want to emphasize this, that as a woman, if you want to have your peace, don't look into his phone. We are in the era of social media. There are women
do you think that
outside
will
there.
work?
There are women outside there who are sending him messages. It necessarily doesn't have anything to do with
I
them.
think the best.
And some of them are just his friends, colleagues from the university, family
think-
members that you don't even know.
I think we should rather put it this way.
Thing.
That is it.
You can't.
The man you're married to.
That's why I said they should.
Do you
just be
understand?
plain sheets.
Because,
Just be
yeah,
plain to themselves.
Just try to understand who you're married to. As I like someone that got married to a businessman that is dealing with a whole lot of people, the employees and so many business partners, which women can also be part of them. So you try to understand who you're married to. So I think we rather put it that way than saying don't. There might be reasons why you need to go to your husband's phone. It might not really be to find out if there is any inconsistency actually.
That's
Yes,
the main
at some
issue.
point, yeah. Sometimes my husband can give me his phone to help me dial this number or help me check this mail. And then in the course of checking it, will you close your eyes to other mails that are still there? Or
Yeah,
will
so then
you close your eyes to messages that had already been sent or received? Don't tell me that.
It's
Are you getting my facts?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I can't
It's
close
just
my eyes.
because
I've seen-
you have the opportunity to check the phone. I just feel you should check something else. Let
it
me
might not be
just
that you're
check
checking something
if
else.
this man. I'm sure your husband doesn't stay around. Let me
Whenever he
check
comes around,
this man. He may not come home for 2 weeks. Yeah. Does it mean he doesn't do anything for the whole of these 2 weeks?
For me, I trust my husband. I know the man I got married to actually. Do you
Okay.
understand? But what I'm trying to say is that there are sometimes he will come back home and maybe he's busy with some things and there is an urgent need to attend to an issue on his phone. You can just say, please, honey, help me pick this phone, send this message to so person, or help me check what's there. We are that transparent. So in the course of going through, as a matter of fact, if I come across something that is suspicious, I'll feel somehow, but I can't react until I find out. For me, I will actually I usually have a way of bringing out the truth, getting my information. You understand? For me,
You
but
mentioned something. You said you need to study your husband.
Yeah.
So the problem, or your partner, sorry.
Yeah.
The problem most women have is that they compare.
Yeah.
All right. If this woman is accessing her husband's phone, then I have to be accessing yours.
We don't really
And
have
you
to do
don't
that.
know the background of their relationship.
Yeah.
How they started. The background of everybody differs.
And how
That
the relationship
applies to
is
the
as
way we relate.
Mm.
Actually, the way you relate outside has to do with your background.
Sure.
So you should not compare relationship. People are different. So don't compare your relationship with the others.
Yeah.
Like you find, maybe you see your friends saying, I was checking my husband's phone then, a woman is already feeling offended. Maybe the husband never allows her
To go through, yeah.
to go through her phone,
Her
then she
phone.
starts feeling a kind of
Why can't I
disgust.
go through your, yeah.
If there is nothing hidden in this phone,
Why
why
won't you allow
can't
me
he
to
let
see?
me? Automatically, he's dating someone. He has
Just
another
assume.
woman somewhere.
Assumption
He has
has
a-
really spoiled a whole lot of things,
And that's
especially
why
marriages.
I just wanted to really stay within the topic, so I don't want it to escalate. That's why I just said they should be playing. So if they are playing, they can see themselves and be true to themselves. That's just it. Me making a transfer, him making a transfer doesn't mean
Shouldn't
he's
be.
doing something else.
Yeah.
You seeing a girl texting me, or I texting a girl randomly, it might be business, it might be something else, but you picking it and say, okay, you started chatting other girls and sending money to them. You don't really know what the
That's
money is
it.
for.
That
You
was
don't
very
know.
wrong.
So that's why I said,
Assumption.
okay, it might be now you're saying that, okay, we need to, the men need to like meet the lady, the wife, that before I do money, send money, do things, I need to let you know. If it was an emergency, should I call you first?
That's where I blame the woman. The woman
Okay,
should
so
have
that
found
is
out why.
that is the real issue. So I feel with it's very, if we want to judge this, we don't really have to
Be one-sided.
be one-sided.
Yeah.
We have to rationalize these things.
Sure.
So I don't feel
So
the man is at
your-
fault and the woman is at fault. They
Your
have to-
conclusion on it now is that they are not playing. If they
Yeah.
if they have
yeah,
been
I think
playing,
yes,
they have been playing, and of course, if they have been playing, everyone will have been able to air their
Their
mind,
Of course,
their
yes.
views,
Of course, yes.
all that. So she acted based on assumption.
Assumption.
Based on assumption, that's just it.
Based on assumption.
That's
Seeing the
Assumption is dangerous.
transfer,
Very dangerous. It
And-
has really scattered a lot of homes. Even if it doesn't result to the extent of taking someone's life. I mean, so many divorces that have shattered based on assumption. Assumption is so bad. And assumption can be true or false.
All right. Thank you so much. We have come to the end of our discussion today. If you like to hear us or watch our videos daily, kindly click on the share button and also subscribe to our TV channel. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.